Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your tarot card reading for May 2024. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and in these readings we really go through a tarot card prediction and astrology prediction. I really try my hardest to link these two together to give you the most accurate predictions that you can possibly get here on YouTube. So we are going to go ahead and get right into this. If you are interested in a private reading, I've made some changes to my offering, and as of May 1st, those will be made available on my website for booking. So if you're interested, the links can be found in the description box and the pinned comment down below. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that. I'm very excited to be connecting with all of your energy this month. It's a very exciting month as we have Jupiter coming into Gemini at the end of May. We have Taurus season. We have Venus and Mars in rulership. We have really wonderful things happening in the sky that are going to help push us forward. So with that being said, you're welcome to check out your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're brand spanking new and you have no idea, just check out your sun sign. That's fine. And if you're kind of exploring, please check out all three of those signs to see which one resonates with you the most. Some readers will resonate with different placements. So if you resonate more with your sun or rising with me, then that would be who you would watch with me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Thank you all again. You guys know I love and appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your May 2024 tarot card reading. Okay, I got a lot of cards there. All right, let's just jump right in, I guess. Okay, beautiful. This says the best of you. You know, this has the potential to be just a generally really good month. I mean, I know we all have different charts and different aspects going on in our lives, but I think that there's a kind of just an overall sense of relief given last month's astrological environment was so intense and so potent and so heavy. And now as we move through Taurus season, a lot of things are finding stabilization. And I think for you, with all the Taurus stuff opposite of you, I think that really gives a nice balance. And when you feel balanced and you feel secure and you feel that sense of ambition and power and desire, there's a lot that you can do and a lot that you can show up for. And I feel like you really are trying your best, or you will be trying your best to put your best foot forward on a daily basis as much as you possibly can, regardless of whatever circumstances you're dealing with. And especially if you are dealing with difficult things like a financial issue or a health issue or a romantic issue, right? Even if you're dealing with these heavy things, there's still this part of you that says, you know, I am going to really try, and I am going to find a way, and I'm going to ask for help, and I'm going to get advice, and I'm going to, you know, look for a new job, or I'm going to do these things that are likely to help me improve my life. And I think there's kind of this luminescent quality about Scorpio right now, where you're just sort of, your inner light is really shining. And whatever you're really going after, whatever it is you're needing, is more likely to show up. It depends on how you present yourself. It depends on how you talk to yourself and the things that you consume and the environment in which you put yourself. If you put yourself in an environment that is healthy and supportive and emotionally secure, then you'll be more likely to succeed. If you put yourself in an environment that is the opposite of those things, probably it will be a little bit more of a struggle. And so, you know, really honoring yourself. I think having Venus in Taurus is all about self-respect and setting those boundaries and making sure that you are really doing what's in your own best interest, because what's in your own best interest is going to be in the best interest of everyone else that you love and care about. So let's see what else comes through. I'm doing these little question meditation things. Okay, who am I ready to forgive? Okay, I'm going to just read the back of it. Is it time to let go, forgive, move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Okay, I think the biggest one here, I mean, I do think Scorpio retains a lot. That's kind of the essence of Scorpio. You really hang on and you internalize a lot. That's a very common thing that Scorpios have to deal with. And it can be problematic. And when you're trying to put your best foot forward and you really are trying to make things blossom in your life, it is very hard to do that while you are still clinging to things from the past, especially too if it's like trying to forgive yourself for something. You know, if you're self-punishing by preventing certain successes in your life, you know, that's obviously not going to be helpful. So having a sense of release could, and maybe that eclipse back in Aries season. I mean, I know that's last month and I know that that's not really relevant for May, but I think we're in the aftermath of that. And maybe forgiveness is a big part of it because that eclipse was conjunct Chiron. So there was a lot of pain and wounding that surfaced for us during that time. And, you know, I think in your overall best interest, it's important to find a way to move on. It's not always easy, I get it. You know, I'm not trying to make it a trivialized experience, but it's time. Your future really depends on it, I think. The future success, the future of you and your loved ones. Okay, I love the Three of Cups. I'm going to start there. I'm going to start with the Three of Cups because it's that reminder to surround yourself with people that love and support you and really want to see you succeed. And it's about laughter and it's about having fun and it's about being in the world and it's about just kind of being in a celebratory mood. And even though, again, I know that maybe you're dealing with stuff, it doesn't mean you can't really enjoy the small things and tap into that sense of gratitude, that sense of abundance, that sense that there's a possibility. You know, I think the more open-minded to possibilities you can be, the better. And having people around you that mirror that or match that or even are even maybe better at it than you can be so beneficial. We were trying to lift ourselves up in this moment, trying to elevate, trying to expand, trying to reach out beyond our restrictive borders, and other people can help motivate us and help inspire us. And so really surrounding yourself with that can be so good for the soul. Now I look at the Three of Coins and I do feel like there is something that's kind of going, I don't know if it's like going south or if the communication is not that great, or if things just really aren't working out, or if there's something that's kind of, it feels depleted to me, this Three of Coins. It feels like there's something that's sort of seeping out, or you're losing your grip on something, or it's just really, and I don't know that it's that bad. It's probably just that this has been a drain. Maybe there's a financial thing happening. Maybe there is a relationship thing happening where it's just like not connecting. It's just not working. It's just not. And it does seem to be really draining you quite a bit with this Strength reverse. It seems to be sucking the life out of you or taking too many resources, or it's just becoming outdated, obsolete, and it's, you know, it's weakening you. And I'm just kind of sensing a disconnect between what your soul is really trying to push for you to do and to go towards versus what maybe you just kind of got into a habit of doing or what just became comfortable or became normal. You know, and we are in such a powerful transition mode. Okay, Aries season really was so much of a pivot, okay? And that was just a few weeks ago. On April 8th, we had that eclipse. So now through May, over the next 4 weeks, it's kind of preparation for Jupiter moving into Gemini, which is happening at the very end of May, which is going to be a whole new kind of Jupiterian environment where there's going to be a lot of movement and all of that. So this is kind of like preparatory month. And I think mentally and emotional preparation is really important. And it's time for you to prepare to leave this behind and say, okay, how do I find a way out of this? That's why these people are so important, because they'll be like, yeah, you can get out of that, no problem. You can get out of that issue. You can get out of that circumstance. Like, it's fine. And I think the fact that you have positive influence, and even if these aren't people you know face to face, maybe these are online people, inspirational people, maybe it's a coach, maybe it's something like that, right? But aligning yourself with those types of people who can see it from a completely different perspective can absolutely make it seem like, oh, maybe it really isn't that complicated, or maybe it's not that hard. Maybe I really am just in my own way, or I'm just stubborn, or I'm just experiencing resistance, and all I have to do is just change my mind. Right? Because when Jupiter comes into Gemini with the sun at the end of the month, they're both going to be in there. It's really all about finding new pathways, finding new roads, finding a new map, remapping, rerouting. Okay, we're finding new connections. And this thing that I don't know that this is like the heaviest thing, okay, but this thing, whatever it is, it's certainly not, it's not giving. It's not giving. And you got to get away. So let's see what else comes through. Yeah, there's the release right there. I do think throughout May, you will find a way to kind of separate and find that detachment. That's part of what May is for, is to kind of make that switch. Okay, and especially because as a Scorpio, right, Taurus season is opposite of you. So you've got all these oppositions going on. We've got Jupiter opposite, Uranus opposite, the Sun and Venus is also opposite. Mercury will also come in there on the 15th and also be opposite. So you've got all these oppositions happening. So it is kind of pulling, there's tension going on against your natal Scorpio placements. And it's very common when we go through opposite seasons like this for us to feel those scales adjusting, right? Those scales of balance adjusting. So here you are with the release of everything. Here you are letting things go, unclenching a little bit. And maybe you didn't realize that you were hanging on so tightly, or you didn't realize that you were, in such a state of resistance. But again, this is like the best of you. And I know that with just a little bit of self-awareness, like you don't have to be this super guru self-aware person to know, like, okay, maybe I did put myself here a little bit. And yeah, maybe I am a little stuck in my ways. And yeah, maybe this, maybe that, right? So it's not going to require that much effort to really see what's going on. These people's perspectives can really help. And so just a little bit of tweaking, just a little bit of turning the knobs, not even huge adjustments here. Teeny tiny little adjustments can go so far. But I'm wondering about your, because this feels in such stark contrast to the best of you. This is empowered and strong and ambitious. This one feels insecure. And with the Strength card reversed, like there does seem to be something really deep rooted. And maybe this is who am I ready to forgive? Is it yourself? Is it someone else? Is it that you're harboring some resentment and anger towards something that happened, which is why, like I say, like a self-punishment type of deal? Because I look at that Seven of Swords and I feel like you're kind of stealing something from yourself. You're stealing the abundance that you not only want, but that you deserve, and there's no point in stealing good things from yourself for no reason, because that doesn't help anyone or anything. There's no benefit to anybody. And, maybe it is someone else. Maybe there was a betrayal that happened, because I often see betrayal with this card. If it was an external betrayal, someone else hurt you, right? How much of that are you going to internalize from this point moving forward? Are you going to blame yourself for what they did? Because that's also stealing from yourself. And I feel like whatever this Seven of Swords, either an issue that you have internally, or there was external stuff that happened that's kind of making you feel a certain type of way, it's stealing away from that capacity to truly shine. And I do like it when my Scorpios really shine bright and they stand. I mean, I like it for everybody, obviously, but Scorpios do tend to be a little bit more pulled back. And I don't want to say reserved, because I definitely know some extra Scorpios, very extra sometimes. But, I kind of feel like there's this kind of like a forced humility. Like you're forcing yourself to be too humble, and maybe it's like too much or something. It's too much. And too much humility just preventing you from truly blossoming in the way you want to blossom. There also seems to be a lack of clarity with that King of Swords, which is fine. I don't think we should, the clarity that we should have at this point is just the big picture. We should have, like, generally in our life, ultimately, where do we want to go? Generally in our life, where do we see ourselves going? What kind of money situation, what kind of love situation, what kind of family, what kind of social, what kind of career, right? All those types of things. But the way to really get there still, I think that's really what Jupiter in Gemini is going to be about. It's about finding the way. And we have a year ahead of us for that. Even when Jupiter goes into Cancer in 2025, we're still going to be figuring that out. It's not going to be this like immediate moment where we have the exact clarity. That's not what life is. So the King of Swords may be struggling because he's like, well, I don't really know how this is going to go. I don't know really where to go, but all you need to know is just probably the next 1 or 2 steps ahead. That's it. I wouldn't go further than that. And then you can figure it out from there and kind of go step by step from there. I know a King of Swords would not feel comfortable with that so much. Maybe Scorpio, you don't feel comfortable so much. But if you can bring the best of you just to the next 1 or 2 steps, and that's it, you're already ahead of where you are now. So that would be my advice or my recommendation for you, is just say, here's my giant picture, here's my big vision board or whatever. And while I have no idea how I'm going to make all that money and find the love of my life, but I do know that if I wake up today and I get ready and I feel attractive and I go out into the world and I'm feeling my best and I do these 2 things today, I know that that will be a success. Okay, so you want to set yourself up for success. And I think that is going to help you to release this stuff and to help you to embrace what's coming rather than continually clinging to what has been. So this is a transition. You can think of this as like a trade. You're trading one way of life for another in a slow and steady, controllable way by being your best, and quote unquote, whatever that means for you, you get to define that. Okay. But I think that has more to do with how you feel about yourself. So doing things that make you feel good. That's why these people are so important. Okay. And realizing that this is something to let go of and to let yourself let go of it. What else, Scorpio? What else do you need to know for May 2024? You know what's so funny? I have not been getting a lot of major arcana in these readings. I haven't been getting, even like we have 2 major arcana, but one of them is Temperance, and it's not even, clearly Strength is a little bit of a heavy hitter. So these readings are not coming out so strong, which just tells me that Taurus season is going to be very gentle, because Aries season was not gentle. Taurus season is coming in really soft, which I think a lot of people need that right now, because it's going to make that transition so much more manageable. So here's the 3 of Wands, which is whether it's upright or reversed, I really don't care. It's like abundance is coming in, period. Okay, and I sometimes equate this with the Wheel of Fortune a little bit, like a lesser version of the Wheel of Fortune, as like wherever you are in life, that wheel is always going to be turning, always going to be spinning. And as fast as you got yourself into this 3 of Coins place, you can get yourself out. There's no doubt about that. As fast as you get in, you can get out. And it's just a matter of these choices. Now, the Two of Swords really is like a crossroads kind of place where you could go left, you could go right, you could go up, you could go down. There's a lot of choices in front of you. There are options. Sometimes it can be confusing when we're at this Two of Swords, because again, if you don't have that clarity and you're at a crossroads, you're like, well, I really don't know. Right? I don't know to go left. I don't know to go right. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I put my money here? Should I look for a new job? Should I move there? Should I break up? Should I stay? Right? So sometimes you really are in that standstill place. But when you tap into this best of you energy and you sit with your soul for a minute, this I think is kind of a spinning mind. This Seven of Swords right here. It's kind of a spinning mind, and this gets in the way all the time. So we have to find a way to like scale back the mind this month. I will be mentally insane for the next year because of Jupiter and Gemini, okay? Our minds are going to be going crazy. So we want to give our minds a little bit of a break through Taurus season. Even as Mercury comes in through Taurus, I think it's going to really slow and cool the mercurial energy down a little bit. And that happens on the 15th of May, by the way. Mercury comes into Taurus. And I think we need to kind of just cool our minds down and just chill and not make it so much about what we know and what we don't know and what we think is right and what might happen and all the unintended consequences and all. We don't need to be doing all that to ourselves. We just need to scale it back and feel a little bit in terms of what are our most prominent, soul-driven, quiet, intuitive impulses. And that's going to require attunement. That's going to require meditation. It's going to require moments of contemplation and peace. But if you can do that, this actually is going to not feel so like in your face, right? Two of Swords, choices, in your face. It's going to feel a lot more like there's only one way. And like, let's use a relationship as an example, because you got all this seventh house going on. Like, let's say you're in a relationship that is kind of stagnant and you're like, well, I don't know. Are we moving forward? Are we going to get married, or should I break up? Like, you really don't know. And what I would say is take this step back, really think about how you feel about this person, how you feel about what, like, just kind of how this person makes you feel. Do you feel secure? Do you feel generally safe? Do you feel a sense of, somewhat of adventure and passion, whatever you value, because we all have different values and things that are important. Does this person make you feel that way? If the answer is yes, then maybe you really sit down and have a conversation and say, we need to talk about whether or not we're moving forward or not. If the answer is no, maybe you sit down and end the relationship, right? So you really need to figure out how you feel about stuff. And then you start making decisions, and then you start taking action, right? Because that's really where you're going to be able to come from a place of confidence. That's really where the best of you is at. If you don't know where you're at, it's going to be really hard for you to be the best of you. It's going to be hard to do that if you have no clue like what's going on inside. Okay, none of this has to be very dramatic. I don't see drama. I don't see like upheaval at all. Okay, but I do see big choices, and I do see big changes happening quietly and subtly. And I do see you making giant shifts, which are deeply rooted, like in the core of your being, simply because it's just time. It's just time for Scorpio to go through this process of like moving away from this and forgiving and letting go and just embracing what comes next. And with the Temperance reversed, I'm not going to say it's all going to be, easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it does feel very soft to me. It does feel like a really natural Like it's just simply time, and that's all it is. So I would suspect that by the time we enter June, you are going to be in a completely different place. But I do want to make sure that you do take action. Okay, we don't have any, well, we have a wand card here, but this is not a very active wand card. We don't have any really very active coin cards here either. Like I'm not really seeing tons of movement cards in here for you. So this kind of makes me feel like it's more of a mental and perspective and an internal shift that's happening rather than actual physical, which is kind of strange because Taurus season for me is like a time of action, but that's okay. The actions that you take, I think, are going to be more found in this Two of Swords, like the choices and then the actions that you take to back them up. Like 1 or 2 things a day. Like I say, the best of you, getting ready every day, showing up for your life in a intentional, on purpose. Like I am here, I am in it, my head is in it, my body is in it. Like I am in this to play the game kind of way. That's going to be where your success is found through May. Okay. So we're going to pull out a bunch of clarifiers now. And we're going to talk about all these cards in the comprehensive for about 25 to 30 minutes. So it's like a whole separate reading. We usually get a lot more in detail during these readings. So if you want to join, the link is in the description box and the pinned comment down below. So please feel free to join us. It's always super fun over there. We get really deep. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Three of Coins. What does Scorpio need to know? The Hermit. Devil. Yeah, I really did not get a good feeling for that Three of Coins. So that's not surprising that we got the Devil card. And there's the Scorpio card, beautiful, with the Knight of Wands. Five of Swords. Ace of Cups. Oh, beautiful. Three of Wands. Love it. Love to see that. Yes. Another Strength reversed. Another Three of Cups. See, I'm telling you that social circle is so important. Knight of Cups. Oh gosh, Emperor reversed. Seven of Swords. There's the Wheel of Fortune. I had a feeling, I said Wheel of Fortune with this card. I had a feeling it was going to come out. Judgment. Seven of Coins. Nine of Coins. Page of Wands. 10 of Coins. Beautiful. There's the abundance. I mean, it's literally in the cards. Eight of Coins, Seven of Wands, and the Fool. We got a lot of kings coming out, a lot of masculine energy for you guys this month, okay? All right, so we are going to start here in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much. Have a great May, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.